Hey everyone, so I received this email from a gentleman by the name of Bradley, and he has a couple of questions for me. He says, "Hello, I have just a few questions. Hopefully you will have time to answer and clarify for me as a viewer of your channel. I have made some observations and in turn got a bit inquisitive. Maybe you can answer these in a video as others may have the same questions." All right. 1. Are you or aren't you with Gino? Your relationship with him seems a bit confusing. Well, I would agree. It has been very confusing for me as well. But I've known Gino for a year and a half, and for the year and a half, out of the 6 months, the first 6 months we were together, yes. But now for the last year, we have been going through back and forth, trying to be friends, trying to see if we could work together, and none of it really panned out. We're two different people, and now that I know the language, now that I know I don't know the language well, but I'm learning it. And now that I know more of the culture and the people, I can see where he stands in point of reference to his own culture and also to mine. And he is not the type of person that I want to be in a relationship with, nor do I want to be with long term. So from here on in, Gino and I are most likely not going to be seen together very often at all, as we won't be speaking very much in the year 2020. With 2020 here already, I have no interest in pursuing any more connection with him. There's a lot more to it, which I can't get into because I want to keep myself safe and I don't want to stir up any anger. And also, Gino has children, and this video will be up for a very long time. So I wouldn't want his children to watch this many years from now and hear something that I said that is not necessary for them to hear. Number 2, do you run into YouTubers in Sosua frequently? What has been your experience with them, and who do you run into? Well, that's a fun question. I have ran into Mr. T, Educated Traveler. I have spent a lot of time with Mr. T, talking about business, talking about Sosua, talking about videos, talking about family, friends, just a lot of things. And I would encourage you to check out his channel. He has a lot of information, detailed information, and also not just on Sosua, but around the entire Dominican Republic, and also on other topics that you might find that you have in common with him. Educated Traveler on YouTube. Also, Tailor Made Dreams. Russell. So Tailor Made Dreams was one of the people who I first checked out when I came down here. And his vlogs, I felt, were very helpful. And he did go off the radar for a minute, but he's back. So please make sure you check out his channel. And again, it's Tailor Made Dreams. Taylor is spelled Taylor. 3. Are you and Flip Flop friends? Do you go to the bar? I don't really make it down to the beach much. I'm not a beach person, as you can probably tell from my videos. I don't go down there much. However, Flip Flop bar itself was one of the first bars that I went to being here. And I found that it really helped me out a lot because it was close to the beach. It gave me a central area where I could meet people very quickly and make a good networking system. And that's what I did there. Even though I'm not a beach person, Flip Flop is not on the beach per se. It's on the way down to the beach. For those of you who don't know, it has yellow stairs and it's located in Beachway Plaza. Okay? Ask for Greg. He's the manager there and he'll be able to help you out with anything you need around. Now, he also has his own YouTube channel and it is also called Flip Flop. And yes, Greg messaged me just the other day on my birthday on December 20th to say happy birthday. Greg and I have never gone partying together per se. One time for one of his employees that he was putting a party on for. But again, I don't really go out too much at night time. So I don't really go out and party with people. But I do know Greg and I have hung around his bar several times in the past. Of late I haven't because I don't really go down that end too much, but I am missing a big bowl. And that is a taco bowl. Oh my gosh, please get it. And the bang bang shrimp. Okay, let's see here. 4. Don't take this the wrong way, but how did you gain so much weight living there when the food is definitely healthier and you are most certainly walking and moving around more? I am comparing to your earlier videos. Well, my earlier videos were 5 years ago, if that's what you're talking about, when I was thinner. When I moved here, I had already gained the weight, and 50 pounds I had gained. I think it had something to do with just, not exercising and not eating the healthiest. For the last 2 years, I haven't been 2.5 years. Oh no, let me get the time right here. For the last 3 years, I've been overweight. That 1.5, the first year and a half, I was in Canada. And then the last year and a half, I've been here. And yes, I have not lost my weight at all. And I don't really have an excuse because I know how to lose weight. And I just haven't been eating as healthy. And to think that the food is healthier here than Canada, you're gravely mistaken. It's not unhealthy in Canada. Here is the same foods. And, here, unfortunately, there's not enough health food restaurants, vegetarian restaurants. And as a matter of fact, I've had to eat meat here. And that has actually helped my health out a little bit. But that's the only thing that has really changed. And I had to eat it because I don't have access to the healthy foods that I would have in Canada. They don't have the same fruits and vegetables here that they have in Canada that I found very at my fingertips, readily available at my fingertips. A lot of people think because it's a tropical country, it would be healthier. That's not true. It just has more mangoes in season, avocados you can pick off the trees, and tropical fruits. But it's a misconception to think that living on a tropical island you're going to be healthier. No, it is your lifestyle that makes you healthier, and my lifestyle has not been the healthiest. But you better bet your bottom dollars that it will be from now on, because I hit a roadblock of health on the 26th of December, and I have been down and out. Some of you might have noticed that I haven't been making videos for the last 6 days, and that's because I've been bedridden with vitamin B12 B12 deficiency. I am a vegetarian. I don't eat nearly as much meat as what the daily intake requires. And I kind of lost the battle of trying to keep it up high, and it hit me at a moment of stress. And I've been down and out for 5 days, the worst that it's ever been in my life. And I had to do injections for vitamin B12, but I'm making my way back up. Very happy to report that, thank God. And I will be taking my weight much more seriously. If some of you guys want to know what Bradley is talking about, you would have to go in my videos past 5 years. And that is the weight that I'm going towards, my goal weight again. 5. What was the transition you made, and why did you transition from being a spiritual life coach to doing what you're doing now? Bradley, you haven't really watched my videos, brother. Otherwise, you would know that I didn't make a transition from being a spiritual coach. I am a spiritual coach still, and I do it online, and I speak to my clients via WhatsApp, and I haven't made the transition. Now, did I add some interest to my line of work? Absolutely. Being here, I added a few things. I call myself the one-stop shop because I like to find help for people who are coming here, moving as a transition. I'm not talking about career, but moving. I like to help people find apartments, and if they want to get their residency, and if they're looking for rental cars, if they're looking for excursions, if they're looking for bars, restaurants, if they're looking to buy homes, land, property, I help them with that. So yes, I did add to my business, but I definitely did not leave being a spiritual soul coach, rather, not life coach. And that is what I do, and I will never leave it. Actually, I'm writing a book right now on spiritual life and how you can live a better life without the stresses of the world and lead a better life for yourself. I'll let you know when that's finished, everyone. 6. Can you tell us, without being too specific, how you can make a living here make a living there, and what insurances you have? I don't know what you mean by what insurances, if that means anything like that is foolproof money making here. No, there's nothing foolproof in the world, I would say, unless you are using your own talents and your own wits. And I think you answered your other question when you asked me, how am I making a living here? Through soul coaching. That's how I make my living. 7. How long do you plan to stay? I don't know, really. It might be another year. It might be another 6 months. It might be longer. It depends. It really depends on where my heart takes me and where God drives me. 8. Have you considered Diabon or Monte Cristi? I haven't heard of Diabon. Monte Cristi I heard. And I am looking for new places right now. So maybe I will check out Monte Cristi. And thank you so much for your questions, Brad. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I just want to remind you that if you are looking for a place to live, if you're looking for a place to stay, a place to rent short-term, long-term, no matter what you're looking for, whether it is for motocontrol services, maybe you're down and out and you need someone to go to the pharmacy for you, please just let me know. My phone number is 829-702-6666. 7726. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, and I hope I answered the questions thoroughly enough. If you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to send me them at cerisefairfax@gmail.com.